Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. In this session, we will learn or understand how we can use Python while loop. So guys, we have already seen how we can use for loop in greater details. In this session, we will understand how we can use the while loop. So guys, while loop is used in Python programming to repeat a specific block of codes as long as condition is true. Let me show you the syntax for the while loop. So here it is the syntax, right? So first of all, you need to mention your while. While is nothing, it's a keyword. Then you need to mention your test expression and body of while. Okay. So guys, what will happen? First, it will check this test expression conditions. Okay. The body of loop will execute it only when the condition is evaluated as true. Okay. So as we have seen for loop in Python, which is also used for the same purpose. Okay, so here on every step, whatever the step you are executing into the while loop, every time this test expression is evaluated. If it is evaluated as true, then body of while will be executed. In case this test expression is evaluating false, then your loop will be terminated. Okay, so let me give you a basic example. So what I'm doing, I'm going to print some numbers, let's say 1 to 10. So I'm going to define I equal to 1 and I'm checking while 11. Then simple, I am printing the value of I, then I equal to I plus 1. And here I'm going to write a message, loop has been terminated. That's it. So you can see that. So I am going to printing the number from 1 to 10, right? So what is the flow for the while loop? So here you will see the condition is returns the true. Why? Because I, which is 1, and it is also less than the 11. Okay. So if the condition returns true, right, the set of statement inside the loop are executed, and then control jumps to the beginning of the loop for the next iteration. It means when I run this statement, and I also increase the value of I, then once again for the next iteration, it means the next value of I, once again this condition will check. If this condition is evaluating true, then once again these statement is run. Okay, so print I will be run when your I will be true. If it is false, means your loop will be terminated. Okay, so for an example, let's say I'm going to print these number in a horizontal mode. So I equal to 1, and while I less than 12, or let's say 11, and I'm going to print the I plus 1, let's say I can mention as 0, this one. Okay, then I equal to I plus 1. Fine. Now I'm going to print the number 1 to 10. Okay. So for an example, let's say if this condition is evaluated false, okay, your loop will be terminated and control jumps to the next statement in the program after the looping concept. Okay, so I am giving you lots of example for your better understanding. Let's say if I am giving you another example, let's say I'm going to define number equal to 1 and I am checking your number is less than 5 or not. If I'm going to print the I, can you let me know what will happen? So this loop will be execute infinite time, right? Infinite time this loop will be run. Why? Because I'm not increasing the value of the numbers. Okay, so number will be constant here, number will be 1. So every time your number 1 is less than 5, so this loops keeps infinite. Okay, so you can see this is the star representation, this cell is running. Okay, so what we can do, we can go to the kernel and we can interrupt the our program. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm going to I equal to I plus 1, sorry, num equal to num plus 1. Once again kernel and interrupt is fine, right? So So we can simple print the 1 2 3 4. Fine. Okay, now what I'm doing, you need to find the product for all the numbers which are present into the list. Let's say I am taking a list LST, which is I have 10, 20, 30 and 40. How we can find the product of each element in the list using the while loop. Let's say I'm going to define a variable, let's say prod equal to 1 and I equal to 0. What I'm checking, while the I which is less than length of LST. After that, I am going to slice the value. So LST of I multiply by the prod, right? Then I'm going to value of increase by 1 of I. So simple, I can mention print the product is, and here I am using the F string format, and I can mention the prod. So this is the product. Okay, so this is the product, right? So guys, how we can use the while loop with else clause. Okay, so we can have else block associated with the while loop. Okay, the else block is optional. It's execute only after your loop will be finished. Okay, so for an example, let's say I'm taking some numbers I am going to take here. What I'm doing, let's say I equal to 0, right? And I'm going to define the while, which is I less than length of number, as we have seen the above, right? So at the initial stage, I is 0, right? So which is less than whatever the length of your number. So length of number is 6. So and I is 0, so the condition will be true. Then I am going to print the numbers of I. Okay. And after that, I am going to increase the value of I as well, right? So we can use, so this is same for the I equal to I plus 1. Okay, so you can mention either this one and this one. Okay, now what I'm doing here, I'm using the else clause. This else clause is optional, right? So I can mention here, let's say no item left in the list. Okay, so we can use this type of concept easily, right? So because you need to remember the else clause is optional here. Now the last example I am giving you with the help of while loop, it is a very interesting examples. So guys, how you need to write a program to check given numbers is a prime number or not. Okay, so first of all, you need to, in case let's say that number is not a prime number, right? Then you need to give me a factor as well. If that number is a prime, then you need to print this is the prime number. Okay, so what I'm doing at the let's say initial stage, I am taking the number from the users. Okay, so first of all, let me write here check prime number or not. So these things I'm going to check, right? So here, if it is not a prime number, then I want to do the factors. So here I am checking, please enter a number. Simple, right? Then because we know that the input function is returning the string, so that's why I am going to convert into the number. Now I am taking a flag variable, let's say is divisible. Okay, is divisible equal to true. Okay, I'm going to set a boolean value which is true. Now I'm going to start, which is I equal to 2. We have seen already how we can generate the prime number using the for loop, but here I'm going to tell you how we can check the prime number using the while loop. Okay, so the I is 2. Now I'm checking while I is less than your number, whatever number you have entered, this one, right? Now what I'm doing, each value of I, okay, the each value of I am checking each value of I, let's say I was saying each value of I am checking your number is completely divisible or not using the mode operator. If your number is completely divisible, okay, so what I'm doing, so let me do is a false, right? And if my number is completely divisible, then is divisible equal to true. Fine, that's fine. Now what I'm doing, print, if that number is completely divisible, then I'm going to is divisible by this one. Now what I'm doing, format, and I can have num and I, right? After that, I'm going to increase the value of I. Okay, that's it. In case is divisible, it is giving me true. It means print is not a prime number. Format, and I am using the number. Fine. Else, it means is divisible has false. Print is a prime number, then I can use the format and number. Okay, now I'm going to enter, let's say 20. See, so the 20 is completely divisible by 2 and 4 and 5 and 10. It means that is not a prime number. In case if I'm entering, let's say 21, it is also not a prime number, right? If I'm going to enter 23, so it is a prime number because this 23 cannot be divided by the any of the numbers. I'm going to start a loop from 2 and up to 22. Okay, so because I'm using less than number, okay, so my number is 23, so your loop will be start from 2 to 22. Okay, so using the I, that number is not divided by, it means the is divisible will be false. And now I am checking, so this condition is evaluated when your is divisible equal to true, but my is divisible equal to false when you are entering the value is 23. It means this is a prime number. Okay, so guys, this is all about how we can use the while loop. Okay, so I am repeating once again, loop is very predominant part of the Python programming. Okay, so at the end you have to practice more because nothing is fluke in the life. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in next video. Have a great day.